Hey everybody, this is Muffin with the Daily Biker Podcast. Just here to let y'all know the opinions and ideas expressed in this show are those of the hosts and their guests, not to be confused with their partners and sponsors. Now, let's get it on.
Hey guys, this is Sean from the Bikes and Beards YouTube channel, and you guys are listening to the Daily Biker Podcast. You're gonna love it.
It's a mic stand. Oh, it's been a long day.
I am cuckoo-brained.
It is definitely been a long day for all of us here that are recording at the moment.
I think it's been a long day for Muffin.
Well, she's inside.
It's been a very long day for me.
It absolutely has, and I only got there at 11:30.
Yeah.
What time did you get to the shop today?
7:30.
Oof. I had my first cup of coffee by the time you rolled into the shop. I slept in. It was terrible. I'm not used to that.
I'm going to create you an alarm clock that goes, "Hey, everybody, welcome back to the Daily Biker Podcast."
Please don't do that.
My name is Marcus, and I am your tired and exhausted clueless leader today. Sitting here with Daniel.
Hey there.
We're podcasting on the porch, in case you can hear the birds chirping.
Nature.
You know, I had a bird chirping the other day at 2 o'clock in the morning. I was like, does this bird not know what time it is?
He fell asleep drunk the night before.
I don't know why. I mean, once he was like looking at like the gas lantern or the gas like street lamp or whatever.
Oh, it's sun time.
Yeah, I don't.
He made his nest on top. Wasn't paying attention. Somebody turned on their porch light.
His nest is going to catch fire.
Well, now that you're
help.
Fire department will come out. Don't worry.
Yeah. You know what I didn't do? Keep going.
Keep phone calls from coming through.
Well, I didn't do that. I didn't.
You're just having trouble today. Well, like we said, it's been a long day.
Yeah, I also didn't set my settings so my screen wouldn't lock.
Oh, timeout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I looked up and it was timed out.
Ooh. Well, hopefully this still... Did it continue recording?
Oh, yeah, I continued recording. It spiked out, too, a couple times there.
Well, just in case you guys were ever curious, this is recorded live. We don't make any edits. We don't do anything to the audio of this.
That's correct.
As it is recorded is exactly how you hear it.
And we are in the White Lightning Harley Davidson Studio P.
Yes.
Studio P. We're calling it Studio P now. We still have Studio B. But this is Studio P. We've recorded here before and never referenced it as Studio P, but this is the patio.
So what would be the fire pit? Studio F?
I guess.
We have a lot of studios. They all happen to be centered around one building, but they're all studios. Depending on the day.
2 buildings.
Well, 2. We haven't recorded one at the dealership recently.
No, because I'm in the process of building an actual studio.
He is in the process. And I have a feeling it's going to be a long process.
It will take longer than what it took me to move into the studio space.
Well, it took you, what, a day to move in there?
No, remember I told you about it like a month before I was in it.
Yeah. God.
By June, the studio should be up.
Well, we will be looking forward to having Studio... Are we going to call that Studio A?
That's Studio A.
Okay, Studio A.
Yeah,
Real studio.
The dealership is Studio A.
It's not Studio D.
No. Studio.
Studio WL.
Yeah.
So, today, the reason why Marcus is very tired and I am slightly sunburned is they had an event today at the White Lightning. Slightly sunburned.
What am I?
Well,
I'm not a rock. I'm a rock lobster.
You'll feel it tomorrow. Don't worry about it. Although you did have the big hat on.
Well, so where I feel it at right now is on my nose and my neck.
Yep, the back of my neck is definitely sunburned.
Yeah, my arms already had plenty of sun on my arms, so it didn't really do anything.
It just kind of gives you a little extra tan. So today at the White Lightning Harley Davidson dealership here in Chattanooga, Tennessee, they had a event, the Clubstyle event. And
Chattanooga Clubstyle invasion.
Chattanooga Clubstyle Invasion. See, this is why I have the professional, the one that created the event, here to enlighten us on all the intricacies of what went down today.
Should we start with a question that's been popularized to me this past week?
Okay, let's go.
That question being, what is club style?
Actually, I would say that's a fair question for those of you that are not in the Harley Davidson scene.
Well, even a lot of people that are in the Harley scene
Yeah.
don't necessarily know what club style is. I would assume most of our audience
Has a general idea.
or if they didn't, they could probably very quickly grasp if they had to think about it. Like if I put somebody on the spot and said, tell me what club style is, they could probably gather some thoughts and put together a fairly close description. Okay.
I think that's fair.
So
'cause we've discussed it multiple times.
what club style is, I think, could not be mentioned without the beginnings of club style itself. And the reason it's called club style.
Well, please.
So now this, if you disagree with me, that's perfectly fine. This is the information that I was given by several different people. And none of those people are necessarily club style people. It's just people that have been in the business for a long time with the Harley industry. Club style refers to a style of motorcycle popularized with motorcycle clubs, Southern California in the 80s and early 90s with FXRs and Dynas. These bikes were skinny motorcycles, tall, skinny handlebars, so T-bars essentially. But some of them didn't run T-bars, some of them ran other bars, but taller, skinny bars. You know, a lot of these bikes had taller suspension on it to help with their being able to lean in and stuff. A lot of these guys ran mid-control systems because of better handling of the motorcycle. High-speed highway runs, so these guys, a lot of them would have the bullet style front fairings and stuff like that on it, not necessarily big, large fairings and everything. But, you know, picture what we reference as a Dyna Bro in this day and age.
Yeah.
If you've ever seen Sons of Anarchy, you know, a Dyna, fairing on the front, skinny bike, 2-in-1 loud pipe, T-bars. That is the image of club style.
Yes.
So, but that's my knowledge of where club style kind of came from, was what they were doing in the 80s with FXRs and Dynas in Southern California.
And you know, you've probably seen these bikes.
And for anybody that's not stateside, because I don't know how big, there is club style in other parts of the world. I saw actually on TikTok the other day, I saw a video of a guy with a Dyna, and he was thinking like Switzerland or something like that. A pretty dope Dyna. I mean, super slick paint and the bodywork and all that other stuff. Whoop.
Yeah, it broke during the freeze we had.
Wow.
So it just broke his ashtray.
But that, yeah, we won't worry about it. But anyways, that it is kind of, like I said, spaced out to the rest of the world, but it's very popular in our area.
Yes. Well, I think it's becoming more popular. I'd
Well, I
say
think
maybe
the popularity
5 years ago, you didn't really see it as
But I think
much.
the popularity in it is the new generation of Harley rider.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have a party at the shop. Okay, let's put it this way. I have a hog meeting. What's my median age? Realistically.
Conservatively, probably 65 to 70.
Okay. Regular party at the shop. It's my median age.
You're probably looking at 50 to 65.
Okay. Today, what was the median age?
You're looking at probably 30s to 40.
Okay. Which I would consider
young.
The next generation of Harley rider.
100%.
That is that. And Indian's doing it with the Sport Chief.
Yep.
You know, Harley's doing it with the Lowrider ST and the Lowrider S.
Yep. Trying to capture that styling.
It's an extremely popular style. So guys that don't know club style, look at a new Sport Chief. That is factory club style. I hate to say it, but Indian did a pretty good job of building a factory club style motorcycle. You can talk, Heather.
What?
You decided to join us late.
I did. I'm late. I'm sorry.
So that's the initiation of what this event was about. It was dedicated to that style of motorcycle, which has also, you need to scoot closer, Heather, which has also transferred itself into performance baggers.
Mm-hmm. I would say in today's description of it and the way that people are building them, the difference between club style and performance bagger, it's getting closer. They're almost kind of meshing, because
you have a lot of the parts that started out in like the club style world, the T-Sport fairings, T-bars, mid controls, 2-in-1s.
Yep.
You can get all that stuff now for baggers.
Yeah, and a lot of people are doing that to baggers now, which is what we call performance baggers.
Right. There was probably more performance baggers there than there was traditional club style motorcycles.
Well, and I think it's because the club style bikes are something that you have to build into. Outside of the most recent...
The performance bagger, you got to build into it.
True, but I'm saying, like, you can get a modern bagger, throw T-bars on it, 2-in-1 exhaust.
Yeah.
And you're kind of on your way, like most people are.
Which reminds me, we won't say nothing about it. Okay. Johnny Cash, which is the name of my daily ride, the daily biker studio transport vehicle typically, is getting some upgrades. That's that. I'll post pictures once upgrades are complete.
You stay tuned for more.
Yes.
Lots of things are happening with the daily biker motorcycles.
Let's move on.
But I would say you're right. There are a lot more performance baggers than there are club style bikes, just because.
Well, in our area for sure.
Yes.
Other parts I don't know. Like I watch videos that East Coastin has out.
Yeah.
There's a lot of the club style Dynas and FXRs. Not a whole lot of baggers, but that those videos focus on their group.
Yeah.
I don't know what the rest of that area has, and that's the Connecticut area and stuff like that. And then you go out like, and this is solely based on media that's put out that I can see. Thrash and Supply, they're in Southern California. They're big on that club style scene, T-bars, parts, all those accessories. But all of those guys also have baggers.
Yeah. And I feel like it's, like I said, it's a very easy jump from one to the other. You have a lightweight bike that's stripped down, which is club style, or you have your performance bagger, which is essentially the same thing with a full fairing and bags.
Yeah, I think a performance bagger is also a natural evolution for someone that is like kind of a club style guy.
Yeah.
They go, I want something that's a little bit more comfortable on longer rides. Mm-hmm. Hey, I'd like to have a radio. Oh, hey, I'd like to have a little bit more wind protection. Oh, hey, I'd like to have saddlebags that lock. I mean,
who needs any of that stuff?
I mean, but if you look at it, honestly, for a lot of guys, there is a lot of guys that are your quote unquote Dyna bros that end up on baggers and they start to build their baggers like that. And that's probably where a lot of the performance bagger scene came from.
Which
too.
would make sense. Like I said, there's
that's
a lot
just
of
an
similarity.
assumption.
But so today, how many years have you been doing this party at the
This
dealership?
is year 2 that I've had this party at the dealership.
So this is the first year that I was able to make it.
Yeah, year 1, we didn't have the party. Year 1 that I was at the dealership, we did not have the party. I was trying to get the party. It just 2 and 2 didn't get put together. I bashed this individual. We're cordial. We speak. We spoke today. He was there. Didn't want to do it. Things changed. Got it done last year. Was the first time we had it.
But so second club style party that you've done at the White Lightning Harley Davidson dealership. And I would say the turnout, I mean, first of all, we had beautiful weather after having a rainy Friday and a potentially rainy Sunday. So an in-between rainy...
Yeah, we're in between 2 days where they're calling for rain.
Yeah, and heavy storms. So when you get a weather forecast like that, you always have to worry because people are going to just not want to come out just in case.
Yeah, well, you have a 80% chance of rain on Friday. I think it's a 60% chance of rain tomorrow.
Yep.
So you have people that look at it and go, well, there's a 20% chance of rain on Saturday. I'm not going to go. It's raining Friday and Sunday.
Exactly.
Which means, although it's a 20, there's still a pretty good chance. It was a freaking fantastic day and a fantastic turnout.
Absolutely gorgeous. And you had that's one of the bigger events that I've seen over at the dealership.
Yeah.
Now there have been some bigger, but as far as number of bikes in the parking lot,
Yeah.
this was probably one of the biggest ones.
Yeah, I'm going to guess probably close to 250 on the bikes because there was bikes that you didn't see. There was bikes over by the stage.
Yeah, they were parked all the way down there. They were parked behind the building.
Yeah.
There were actually bikes parked in the
lower
lot.
Yeah.
So they were all over the place. And I think...
And I'm going to guess somewhere 300 to 400 people.
Yeah, I would agree.
So
I would agree. Which, I mean, is a wonderful, wonderful turnout. Because...
the neighbor pup is trying to get attention.
No.
Poor little Lily.
Bless.
Lily, go home. Like, that's what you get when you come to Studio P.
So, anyways, keep going.
But I think the number of bikes that came out, and we got to see a bunch of different styles of motorcycles. You know, all Harleys, except for me. But, no, that was a joke.
There was actually a pretty decent amount of dirt bikes there today.
Yeah, that Clubstyle event, when you hear performers that are going to be there.
Yes, but I also wonder how much of that ties into White Lightning is becoming very known to be friendly to that community as well.
And I think you're probably right, because I did. There were a couple DRZs, with the YZF.
There was a couple ADV bikes that came rolling in, and I'm sitting here this whole time going, were they planning on riding with Sean and they're late? I mean, some of these guys would have been like,
Did Sean leave
5
this
hours
morning?
late. He left at like 9:30 this morning.
Okay. So, in case you didn't know, White Lightning did also have a Dirt Days.
Dirt Days with Sean.
So that left this morning.
Yes.
And they're going to do an overnight trip, and they'll be back tomorrow.
So
So while Sean was away, Marcus got to play.
I don't know if you call it playing. We had a huge event that turned out to be extremely successful.
Yes. I would say it was very, very successful. Like we were talking about, 400 people total, 250 bikes. That's huge.
Yeah.
You know, for a motorcycle dealership to have that many people come out on a Saturday with the chance of rain.
Let's add in half the motorcycles that are there are not local residents to Chattanooga.
That was also the other thing I was going to mention. There were a lot of people that came in from Memphis, Knoxville, Atlanta, and even further.
When we do this, there's one group, this is the second year we've teamed up with them doing this. Next year, plan on teaming up with them again, but I might stay just teamed up with them. I don't know. Stuff could change. We might have a second partner involved in this. I'll give that Instagram handle a shout out. It's Clubstyle TN. So their page is at Clubstyle_TN. They're a pretty predominant page when it comes to the Clubstyle stuff on Instagram. They're Nashville, Murfreesboro based podcast, and they always, our podcast, Instagram page.
We are a podcast.
Yeah.
This is podcast.
But they came out last year with a pretty decent crowd. They came out this year with an even bigger crowd.
Mm-hmm.
So, and there was a lot of guys that referenced, oh, dude, last year was great. Oh, man, this year fucking fantastic.
And I feel like this is an event, as you keep doing it, it's just going to continue to grow and grow because you're going to have more people interested in the scene. As the performance baggers become even more prevalent and popular.
Yeah.
The crossover, people are going to show up.
Yeah. We're going to try, I don't know if it's going to transpire, but we're going to try and do something else again this year in relation to that, but I don't know if anything will be able to transpire. Maybe next year it'll be what we are trying to do later in the year.
Just roll it into 2024 and just kind of build on it, because this is definitely something with the number of people that showed up, the number of good looking bikes and builds that came out, and I to me, so this was my first year going,
and the guys that just wanted to have fun. I mean,
Absolutely.
getting out there riding wheelies and stuff.
Absolutely. There were quite a few guys that wanted to do that. Like, not people that were supposed to be, technically.
No, I didn't have a stunt crew there.
Oh, really?
No, the flyer said open lot for tricks.
Oh.
So when Clubstyle TN has their event, there's a lot of guys in their group that like to have fun.
Oh.
I make sure, no.
So there were two main guys that were out there pretty much all day, just going back and forth.
And one of those guys was one of the main guys that was doing it last year.
Gotcha.
So the guy in the white T-shirt with the suspenders on the blue bike, he was a guy last year that was doing it.
Okay.
So
because I will say, you had a lot of guys that just went out there. You had a section of the driveway road closed off for these guys to do what they wanted to do, and gave them free reign. Said, do what you want. Here. In this section.
The only thing I tell them is keep it in this section.
Yep.
Wear a helmet.
Yep.
If you go down, it's on you.
And I think that's completely fair.
Yeah, we only had one guy go down. He was like, and immediately he was like, I just missed my break.
Yep.
That was what happened. I missed my break. He 12 o'clocked it.
It happens.
So, well, actually, I guess technically it hit 12 o'clock and the clock kept going.
He hit 1.
Actually, that bike hit like 4:30 a.m.
Sorry, that shouldn't have tickled me as much as it did. That video was impressive, though. That was an impressive flop.
He went from 9 o'clock to 4:30
very quickly.
Yeah.
But I mean, other than that, I guess it was free reign. So we had, I'd say, there were like 5 or 6 guys that went out there and did, other than the 2 primary guys.
Yep.
That went out there, did what they could.
Well, and they're known in those groups to be the guys that'll ride wheelies and stuff like that. So, I mean, it's entertainment.
I'm just disappointed I didn't see you out there. Heather was telling me that I needed to go out there, and I said that you were the one that should do that.
Go out there on the KTM.
Well, we could both do that by accident.
Yeah. Especially if we were both on it.
Oh, Lord.
I'm heavier. Put me on the rear.
I'm going to put you on the rear. You're just going to walk as I wheelie.
Right?
When you get it up, I'll step off the back.
Just hold my back.
And just hold it. Yeah.
Oh, goodness. That would be a good thing I put crash bars on it.
Yeah.
Right?
But so when you were coming up with this event, like, what was your main desire to, like, what did you want to accomplish by creating the Clubstyle event for the White Lightning dealership?
There's a couple things. One, there's a lot of guys in a younger generation that walk around with the same attitude of, this is not your daddy's Harley anymore.
Yeah.
We're a dealership that's all inclusive. All people, all ages, whatever. Come hang out with us, come party with us, no matter make, model, whatever. Daniel feels like part of the White Lightning family and doesn't own a Harley.
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong. You're on the podcast. The podcast is part of the dealership, but they don't have to treat you the way they do.
No, they don't. But they don't treat me any differently because I don't. Actually, right. I think they're more interested because I don't.
Right. So, wanting to put that out there to maybe people in the area don't quite understand this thing. The sport bike guys come out there and they see this and they're like, oh yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, I think I'll get me a Harley now. And on a sales side of it, maybe it translates to sales for us.
But I mean, even if you don't have that drive to go get a Harley, come out to the event because the events are fun. All the events that they do are enjoyable for everybody.
On top of that, and I'm not going to speak ill of anybody. There are people in some of the people in these groups, multiple groups, not just the Clubstyle TN, have told me stories about, not necessarily getting anything, like this anywhere else.
Yeah.
This is solely dedicated to them. You know what I mean?
Well, and I think, a lot of dealerships and events are kind of worried about the potential for what there could happen. And, they're stuck in their old ways.
Yeah. I mean, what could happen? Nothing out of the ordinary for us to have a party happen today.
Exactly.
People came out. People had a good time.
Exactly, and that was the thing. And you brought a younger group of people that were more interested in a certain different style of motorcycle.
Yep.
Other than your just standard bone stock Harley that comes off the showroom that they ride.
Yep.
Once in a while, and call it a day.
Yep.
I think that's a great thing because you've now opened it up to people that like to modify their bikes. And I think there's
I like to modify a motorcycle.
I do the same thing.
Yeah.
I think there's a larger number of people out there that want to modify bikes and show off their modified bikes than there are people that just keep them stock and never do anything with them.
Yep.
Or at least today.
Yeah.
And with the younger generation, that's even more prevalent. So with the event that you did today, now obviously you had a lot of people that came out,
Yep.
Clubstyle TN,
Clubstyle Georgia.
Was there anybody that you, outside of them, that you reached out to that were like, hey, I want you to be here, and they were there? Or was this just kind of like a big open call to everybody?
This was just kind of a big open call to everybody. So there was direct contact. I made direct contact with Clubstyle TN because they're the partnering Clubstyle organization they partner with. They're on the back of this year's t-shirt that we made.
Yep.
They're on the back of last year's t-shirt that we made. So that's who I directly reached out to. Now, I've got some pretty good customers at the dealership that reached out to some other groups. So, but like I did, there's companies that I reached out to about the event, and they shared the event and stuff like that. And they sent stuff. We got stuff from Thrashing. We got stuff from Heatwave, Legends, Apache Rose, Custom Dynamics. I'm sure we had other stuff there. Odin Manufacturing.
Yep. And I think that shows that a lot of these manufacturers want to get behind this type of event.
Yeah.
Because it brings a lot more money for them. It brings a lot more interest, exposure, which that they need it.
All of those brands, though, are, whether they manufacture parts or just sell apparel or whatever, they're all, for the most part, a lifestyle brand of this culture of motorcycle rider. Heather rocks the heat waves. Let me ask you a question. How many pairs of heat waves were walking around that parking lot today?
Oh, almost everyone.
I'm the outsider wearing Oakleys.
Yeah.
So, but like that's the thing about it.
I now have a pair of heat waves.
How many bikes in that parking lot today had custom dynamic lights on them?
Yeah, a lot of, most of them.
How many bikes in that parking lot had components from Thrash and Supply? How many bikes in that parking lot had Legend suspension on it?
Yeah, a lot.
And I think that needs to be said. Like, a lot of these suppliers are making parts specifically for this type of motorcycle and this type of person that wants to do these things.
Well, but not just that, and I don't want to pigeonhole that. Legend makes a lot of, with the performance bike scene, period, Legend's extremely popular. But Legend still makes air ride for the guys that want to do the big wheel stuff.
Yeah.
There's a lot of guys, Ty's not a club style or performance bagger scene or anything like that, but he does have, thrashing risers on his ST. He had Legend suspension on his Street Glide that he recently got rid of. I'm sure he'll probably get some either Olin's or Legends for his Road Glide that he has now.
Yeah.
So, that's the thing about it. These brands are extremely popular brands, but when it comes down to it, when you look at it, a lot of these brands have a history and a footing in the kind of like that performance world already.
Yeah.
So, Odin, they make stuff for the street guys. They make stuff for the dirt guys. Okay? Thrashing. Lance, that owns Thrashing Supply, founded Thrashing Supply, started Thrashing Supply. Dude, he's a former professional motocross, or I guess just motocross. I think he did some freestyle stuff too.
Yeah.
But he rode for Red Bull. So you're talking these, and that's the thing, the Legends guys. Dude, almost every major stunt rider that's out there, they sponsor them. the Harley stunt riders.
Yeah.
So that's the thing, that like these guys, they have that history with that stuff. And, you know, speaking too about Legend suspension, sounds like I'm trying to get a deal struck up or something.
Look,
here.
if I can get some shocks from Valkyrie,
you know,
I'll take off the Progressive.
How many
and put
people listening to this
Legends on
podcast have ever been to Sturgis? That's where Legends is located, in case you didn't know. So when they set up at Sturgis and everybody's like, oh, look, Legends is here. Yeah, they just drove out of their parking lot and put up a truck in front of their building.
It's in their parking lot.
Yeah. I'm sure they do have stuff. I don't know how close they are to Sturgis, but that's like, I'm pretty sure Sturgis is their address. I don't know in reference to where stuff happens at in their shop.
But I mean, still.
But like, that's the thing. I mean, you're talking when you look at that and you go, oh, Legend suspensions. Oh, what's their history with motorcycles? Dude, their company is in the heart of like one of the oldest, if not the oldest, motorcycle rally that happens in the United States.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
You're talking about people that this is their life.
Yeah, this is what they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, all these companies have been super cool. Send them an email. And last year, I had this long form thing that I sent to all these companies about getting cooperation. This year, it literally, I had emails and I sent them emails and I said, hey, this is Marcus again with White Lightning Harley Davidson. We're doing our Clubstyle event again. You donated last year. Interested to see if you want to do it again. And every single one of them was like, yep. And, you know, it's amazing to see just that support because they don't have to.
No.
They don't, because all of these brands are well established. People know who they are. They don't need to give out items, swag, or anything like that. They just do.
Yeah.
Because they know how important this type of scene is for them. And putting their name out there even more, showing that they support guys doing this type of event and riding these type of bikes.
Well, and like for me, okay, I like Olin's.
Mm-hmm.
I do. I know it sounds like I'm fluffing Legends right now. I really do like Olin's. I was a sport bike guy for a long time, so I know the Olin stuff. Okay. I currently have Legends on my motorcycle.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, there's more to that story. We won't go into depth about how I ended up with Legends on my motorcycle. But, you know, I'm very proud to say I have Legends on my motorcycle because they do the support on this.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, will you send me stuff? Sure. They sent me a box that had like 15 T-shirts in it to give away at the event.
Absolutely.
So it's
Which is huge.
How dope is that?
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm talking to some of these people that have been in the game for a long time and met people that work for these companies and stuff like that. And it's like, hey, do you mind sending me stuff? It's like, that's not going to happen. These companies don't send stuff. You know, Thrashing has some policies about giving away certain things. But I'm going to tell you now, they sell their stickers on their website. They sent me a bunch of free stickers.
There were a ton of stickers.
So,
which is great. You know, and like I said, that just goes to show how these companies really want to support this type of event and you for throwing this type of event.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things that's appreciative of it because on the East Coast, we don't really get that many things that are geared towards this type of group or this type of crowd. Obviously, I guess now we can say in the standing of events, we have the Clubstyle event that happens at White Lightning.
Yep.
Because this is year 2. I plan on doing it next year.
Yep.
And then, you know, V-Twin Visionary happens in October. They have the V-Twin Visionary Tour that happens up in Maryville, Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure there's other events, but like, you know, outside of what we're going to do next weekend, how much is tied to, you know, that performance of a Harley Davidson?
Well, you know, this podcast is going to come out after we
back. Yeah, I know. But, and like, that's the thing about it. I mean, next weekend, it's like, it's going to be one of those things.
Yeah.
You know, Harley Corporate's going to be there. As far as I know, I think V-Twin Visionary is going to be there too.
They are, yeah.
So, I mean,
it's like, a big deal.
Next weekend. So when you're listening to this, it was this past weekend. Daniel and I will speak on it, but we are going to Road Atlanta for the Moto America races.
Mm-hmm.
For people listening to this that are like, oh man, it's super cool. They also do King of the Baggers and the Hooligan Racing class. And I think they have a new class that they're introducing this year in Atlanta.
Yep.
So, we'll have all of our, and this is the first time we've done anything like this.
Oh, absolutely. I'm very excited for it.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So when you hear this, we've already done it, and we've come back, and we'll have recorded the next week's podcast.
Yeah. But it's a really good opportunity. We're doing a ride from the dealership, trying to support this type of stuff. Harley is investing a lot of money into supporting this racing.
Yep.
We as a dealership want to show our support back to Harley Davidson by going, you know what? I'm going to try and bring a group down. From the dealership, I know right now there's about 10 or 15 people going. Whether they all go with me down to the track or not is a different story.
Yeah.
But I've got customers that are going, oh, I'm going, but hey, I'll meet you down there. I'm going to go a day early because they want to go on Friday and we're leaving on Saturday morning.
Which is perfectly fine.
It's perfectly fine.
Well, they're going to get the most of that 3-day pass.
But the other thing, too, is as a representative of the dealership when I get down there, I don't think some people grasp the concept of when I see these corporate Harley guys that know who I am, I've met them, they see me, the impact that has. That, hey, this dealer supports.
Went down specifically for this event.
Yeah, supports these
King
types
of the
of
Baggers,
things. Yeah.
Harley Davidson doing this racing series, and Harley doing something different than they've ever done before.
Correct.
So I think it's going to be a good thing for you guys to be down there, flying the White Lightning banner,
which will be on my T-shirt.
Metaphorically.
I might have to wash this shirt and wear it next Saturday.
Oh no, I was just going to wear my staff shirt.
I'm actually gonna ride down wearing my jersey.
Oh, that would be a good one.
Well, it's really good in the sun.
Those staff shirts are actually really nice.
Muffin's stupid excited to go.
I'm looking forward. I'm very much so looking forward to it.
This is a bucket list item for her.
Yeah, pretty much.
This is actually not a bucket list item for me. And I know that sounds crazy, but
just Road Atlanta or...
No, King of the Baggers.
Okay.
Because, let's rephrase that, going to professionally led motorcycle racing.
Yes.
Okay. Is a bucket list item for Heather.
Yeah, because I've been to Road Atlanta before.
Right. For me, I've been to professionally held motorcycle racing events. It's just been the vintage series.
Yes.
Because there is...
Down at Barber.
Well, I went to it at Barber. That is part of a race series.
Yes.
What the races they hold that weekend is actually part of a race series that there's like 30 or 35 races that are held all across the country, as far as I know. I know there's like 5 or 6 of them in the southeast area.
Yeah, they do quite a few in that series.
So I've been to that before. Don't look at me pulling my gray hair.
That was white, sir.
It's white.
But no, I think it's it's an exciting event. Just to go to begin with. Even though, we've both been to motorcycle racing before.
Mm-hmm.
Being down for King of the Baggers at Road Atlanta, which is somewhere that we can easily go to. It's not we're not going to some faraway track.
We're going 130 miles.
Yeah, it's not bad.
No. I mean, we're literally leaving the shop on a Saturday morning and going to be down there in plenty of time for the racing.
Absolutely.
So it's nothing crazy.
Yeah.
But that's the thing about it. That stuff, that King of the Baggers, has directly influenced what we did today.
Mm-hmm. It really, and I think it brought what you guys did today with the Clubstyle performance baggers out to the forefront. Said, look, this is what's possible.
Yeah.
Because while these bikes may be one-offs, you can do a lot of what they do to those bikes to your own bike. If you really wanted to. If you put the time and effort in, you could do it.
Yeah.
You could have the exact same bike if you really wanted to and had the money to accomplish that goal.
Yeah. Well, for the most part.
Well, because most of those are
some
built
of that stuff is one-off
parts. Like I said, I know there's a lot of one-off parts, but they're stock engines to start with.
Yeah, it's almost like a homologation thing. They start with essentially a stock bike and build these bikes out of it.
Yeah.
Now, the question comes down to how much of it is still stock when it's done. That's a different story. But,
Unless you're
NASCAR,
Indian
that
and
stands
wanna
for
make the-
Stock Car Association. Yeah, it's nowhere close to being stock. This is literally, it's like a door slammer series of races. You start with an actual vehicle and build it from there.
Yep. You buy the vehicle and you can do whatever you want to.
There might only be 10% left that's
might just be the frame.
that you can buy from the factory. But it's,
Unless you're Indian building the new bike that's just completely for King of the Baggers.
that you can go to Indian and buy for, was it
90,000? Yeah, 90,000 plus dollars. Which, hey, you know what? Good on them for doing that and selling it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing. I find no problem with it.
I'm pretty sure Honda did that too.
Well, Honda's done that quite a few times.
You actually, when I was working at Honda, you could actually walk into the dealership and order an RC213V, which was the MotoGP spec bike.
I am not surprised by that because Honda had to sell some of them.
And you could sell it. They sold it in a street trim. Headlights, taillights, blinkers, everything to make it street legal.
just the possibility of that motorcycle existing. I know it does, but it's just funny to think about.
If you ever see me somewhere and I see a motorcycle and I start like rubbing my hands all over it, and just, I'm not going to rub my hands all over it, but I'm just like eyeballing a Honda super hardcore.
That's
and
exactly
like
what it
crying
is.
And everything. It's an RC213V. I've never seen one in person.
Yeah, well, most likely you're not. They're in private collections,
There's some with miles on them though.
which I hope they get. But
Yeah.
you
Absolutely.
know how the type
You
of
don't
person
cage a beast. You don't cage a beast. When you cage a beast, one of two things happens. The beast either becomes so depressed that it withers away and it is no more, or it breaks free.
I don't even know how to respond to that.
Just
It's true.
Just saying. Peace be with Harambe. Anyways, let's kind
my
of
God.
wrap this up, B.
Send
I
help.
almost wanted to end it right there.
I know, right?
Peace be with Harambe.
You have any more questions, sir?
So, in the future, for the Clubstyle event, is there anything that you want to see happen that didn't happen? Or,
Yes.
Okay. So, like, any examples, or do you want to
I
keep
want
that a
twice
secret?
as many people there.
Well,
I'm sure that's a
I'm sure,
possibility.
yeah, that could happen.
It's growing.
It is absolutely growing.
I think we did some things different this year than we did last year. I think worked fantastic. This year we had a bike show,
Yep.
but instead of all these categories and stuff like that, we just did it as people's choice. We had the dyno shootout
Yep.
that we did this year. Broke that down into classes, which I think worked pretty good on that.
I think it did.
So I think it all worked out pretty decent.
I would agree with you. But now that leads, so like when you're going to do it again next year,
I would love to almost turn this into a multi-day event.
like a weekend event or a Friday, Saturday type deal.
Friday night, Saturday. So, but the way that I would do it, if I could do that, would not be Friday at the shop.
Okay.
I would partner with an establishment, and we would basically do like a Friday bike night,
That'd be good.
I think that would be pretty good.
And
Get
then-
everybody out there
and then do a Saturday party at the shop.
and then start at 1:00 on the Saturday party.
No, if I could do a Friday, Saturday, I'd probably start the party at like 11.
Yeah. No, I think that'd be good because a lot of the guys, well, especially the guys that are coming in from out of town, instead of riding in for 5 hours,
Yeah,
come in on a Friday, spend the night, leave Saturday evening.
yeah.
They've got everything that they want to do. They don't have to push it all into one little small time period.
Mm-hmm.
I think that'd be a great event. I think you might even get more people to do something like that.
The hard part is going to be able to get
An establishment.
Well, not that actually. That would be easier for me than it would be the fight to get people to stay overnight. Because when I first set this up, that was my goal, was to actually do a Friday night, Saturday, and that's when I was still frequenting Nightfall, and I wanted to do literally a, as I call it, the name of the event is the Chattanooga Clubstyle Invasion. I wanted to do an invasion of Chattanooga with Clubstyle motorcycles.
Although that would be kind of funny at nightfall. Lots of arrests.
You know, have everybody meet up at one specific, like at the shop at 6 a.m. on that Friday night. And then
You mean 6 p.m.?
6 p.m. Yeah, thank you.
6 a.m. Friday night.
6 p.m. on Friday night. And then we all just like a giant mob ride down and roll into Nightfall.
That'd be some entertainment right there.
That would be some entertainment.
Yeah. It's not going to happen.
No.
That's what I tried to get done last year.
No, absolutely not.
But I think it'd be super cool to do something as a couple day thing, you know, to attract the people that are like, I'm not going to go to Chattanooga just for a 4-hour event.
Yeah.
Cool. Come and stay overnight.
Absolutely. And I think that might bring them out a little bit more, you know, even if you do like an event, whatever it is at this establishment, wherever it's held, say, hey, we're going to do a bike show here. And then the next day, Saturday.
Well, there's some other groups that I want to try and partner with. We won't go into detail about that. Been trying to kind of work that stuff out now for a little bit.
Yeah.
So it's just some of the groups that I'm trying to organize with are pretty large organizations, we'll call it. So it's easier said than done. I mean, you could almost, you know, and if I could do this, I just thought about this. The drag strip would be a pretty good Friday night bike night to do that.
That would be
That'd be fun.
Oh, that would be good.
That'd be fun.
So do the Friday night bike night at the drag strip, and then the Saturday party.
Show us what you got.
Yeah.
Run what you brung.
Hey everybody, this is Sean at White Lightning Harley Davidson. I want to thank you for listening to the Daily Biker Podcast. You can reach the podcast on Facebook or Instagram at The Daily Biker, or you can email the podcast at thedailybiker@gmail.com. Be sure to keep an eye on White Lightning Harley Davidson social media pages for the most up-to-date information on all our events and where you can find the boys.